I was ready. B.W.O. 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 Brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. In this world, things get hard cause we been blinded by ignorance, man. Fans the unknown to progress, it's a hindrance. Silence is consent, so let your voices be heard. Man, we brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. Bringing light to the dark, revolution is an art. Man, a lot of people talk, but they ain't never walked apart. Gotta shine a light on poverty and fight against injustice. And always speak the truth when the enemy.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the B.W.O, the only podcast y'all really need to tune into on Sundays. Sitting here with my brother Wayne and my brother Tony. Y'all know where Zeb's at, on the clock, getting that bread. Anyway, man, we're going to keep it short and sweet this week. We're going to run down a bunch of scores from the high school football playoffs and everybody heading to either the semis or the championship games. And then we're going to slide on over to our favorite sport, at least me and Wayne's. I can't speak for my brother Tony. I think he likes football more. But his son is one of the best players in the state, Mr. Christian Dinges. And Handley looking real smooth right now, beating teams by 75, 80 points, taking teams on from bigger divisions like Huguenot and putting it on them yesterday. So let's get on into these scores with my brother Tony.
Well, Chris, first off, I'll say I love all sports. I love football, basketball. Come on, man. I coach basketball. I love all sports.
Well, what's the water polo scores?
Give me a second. I'll get that by next week. So, all right, we'll start off and congratulate a lot of these area teams because they made the state finals, the VHSL state finals. So you had Strasburg defeat Pocosin 14-13, and Graham defeated Glenvar 28-24. So those two will meet up in the Class 2 state title. So congrats to Strasburg. Congratulations, boys.
Big up, big up.
Hey, that's huge. And we'll speak on Class 2 real quick. Didn't Central make states last year and play Graham in the state final? Or was it the semifinal? I can't remember. Central out of Woodstock in football.
I want to say yes.
I think maybe I can't remember. Well, I don't know why I can't remember. But maybe they lost in the semifinal. So, anyway, moving on. We'll speak on Class 1. They play, the state final will be Essex and Grayson County. So those two games will be played at Salem University.
I'll be honest, as much as I know about Virginia, man, I know Essex. I've never heard of Grayson County.
Well, they're Class 1, man. Who knows where they're from?
Grayson County.
Yep, there you go. I don't know where Grayson, but hey, congrats to them. So Class 1 and 2 championships will be played at Salem University. Okay.
Definitely going for the Rams.
Yep. Hey, we got to root local. So now your Kettle Run won by 1 point. They squeaked by and made the state championship in the Class 3, and they will be playing Chris's Liberty Christian. He's all about Liberty Christian. And then
I think they're nice. We'll see. Kettle Run's the team that whooped all of our area schools, so it'd be better for me. I'm going for them.
Yeah, to answer your question too, Tony, Central did beat
Graham.
They lost to Graham 34-7
last year
in the Class 2 state championship final. Just to correct you on that.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure.
No, I mean just the
semifinal or the final. Yeah, so yeah, Central. But hey, that's two local teams back to back making states.
Right.
In class, so that's good stuff.
And I'm pretty sure they're in the same district.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and so now moving on, Class 4, right? Yeah, you have Phoebus versus Varina. Phoebus for Sharando got demolished 34-0 against Phoebus. They won what 5 state titles in a row, Class 4, I believe.
Yeah, they might as well just call them Phoebus Community College.
Right. So Varina, we'll see. Varina gives them a game. I feel I don't know. Phoebus.
Hey, but shout out to Sharando for making it there. And then in a couple of years from now, all those kids in Sharando be like, "Oh, we played against him and him and him," and they all go on to Clemson, Alabama, and then the next thing you know, they're playing for the Jets and the Cowgirls. So
yeah, we definitely want to give a shout out to Sharando. Hey, I know a lot of kids. Wayne's coached. Me and him coached a few of them kids. Hunter Rashford.
Yep.
Remember he played for us, and BB and there's some good kids over there at Sheridan. They're good football players. So I'm sure they played them hard. But, it was a tough luck. But, hey, they made it that far to the state semifinals. So congrats to them. And they're defending district champs and regional champ coming back next year.
I'd like to go check out Phoebus next year, man.
We could.
Yeah.
You want to go to the game?
Because over these past 3 or 4 years, man, they just been blowing the fuck out of everybody, man. Like, I really want to see this.
Yeah, see what they got.
Firsthand, live.
I believe they was on. I'll move on. I believe Phoebus was on ESPN one time. Like they were a game of the week because how they show high school football. They were on ESPN against somebody. I want to say they were.
I mean, they got to have a well-rounded group of coaches out there, man, because they're doing this year in and year out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So congrats to them too. So the Class 3 and 4 championships, which again will be Kettle Run versus Liberty Christian. Class 3 and Phoebus versus Varina. Class 4 will be at Liberty University. Is where those 2 games will be.
I'm not gonna lie, I gotta shout out Kettle Run, man, because I'm surprised their whole team is white.
Except the Tap Scots.
Funny gesture, I like it.
But I seen their picture and I'm like, these dudes is the ones that smoking everybody?
Dude, shout it. Kettle, they got a good program. Man, they're another school that has a hell of a football program, and they have a system. They stick and they do their damn thing every year in and year out.
I don't think the ethnic has anything to do with it, man. Like fundamentals and IQ. I mean, if you have that, man, you can beat anybody you want, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I mean, it was a good little funny joke there, though.
So moving on to Class 5 and 6 state finals, you have in Class 5 Maury versus Briar Woods in Class 5, and then Oscar Smith versus James Madison High School. And those games will be played at JMU, right down the road.
James Madison playing at James Madison.
Right. Home field advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is that 6A school, James Madison?
Good question.
I want to say it's down near like Waynesboro area.
We ain't got no 6A schools in that area.
No. I'm totally wrong. I'm totally wrong. I think it's
Vienna,
Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Vienna.
No, so that's Northern Virginia.
I was thinking of something else. I can't think of that high school that was down there. It was like James Monroe. James Monroe.
Oh, that's probably who you're thinking of.
Yeah.
But I think James Monroe's like Class 2. There was Strasburg in it, I think.
Right.
Or I'm thinking, no, there is another James Madison.
Is it?
In Monroe. Yeah, I believe in Class 2.
It's because those are the first presidents of this country. You know, they're all from Virginia, so they probably got a bunch of schools.
They got schools everywhere.
Just like we mentioned last week.
Schools, elementaries.
How many Thomas Jeffersons are there?
You know what's crazy is there's only one George Washington, and that's in Danville.
That's the only George Washington school?
Are you sure?
I don't know of any others. I've never heard of them throughout the whole time we've been growing up till now.
I mean, you got George Washington University in Georgetown.
Yeah, those are in D.C. But
but as far as like a high school or middle school or something like that, that's probably the only one you've heard of.
Right.
Because the only ones we're going for is who? Kettle Run and Strasburg?
Kettle Run, Strasburg, and
Kettle Run and Strasburg.
Yep.
Because we didn't get over to our state limit boys, Martinsburg and Spring Mills.
Exactly. That was just the Virginia scores.
Oh, shoot. My bad. Well, I do know Martinsburg won
by 1 point.
By 1 point over Highlander, I said. 35.
Highlander, I believe it was Highlander.
35 to 34, so they squeaked by. And then
the Spring Mills beat Hurricane 49-7.
Yeah, there you go. Wayne's on it. He's helping me out over here this morning.
So are they both in the state semis now?
No. I think that's because they started late.
Remember, they started their playoffs a week later.
Yeah, and all of Virginia is going to state championships.
Yeah, right.
So West Virginia should be state semis.
Yeah, they're in the semis right now.
Man, I wish I could go to that Martinsburg Spring Mills state championship game. That's going to be lit if they both make it.
Right. If they do, we have to go.
Who? Spring Mills and Martinsburg?
Yeah, if they're in
Hell
there.
yeah, I'm down.
That'd be fire.
I'm down.
Right. So congrats to all these young men. Congrats to the coaches. Everybody, making it as far as they have. That's a big accomplishment. Like Chris said, like that's something these kids can talk about for years. Making mistakes like that. So now moving on, basketball season has started, everybody. And we have some basketball scores, and John Handley won Friday night 97-18 over Brentsville. And we'll get back to that. We'll talk about that a little, because I was telling Wayne, people always want to post like, oh, why are you running the score up and blah, blah, blah. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So then yesterday they played again, and they played
Huguenot.
Huguenot and won 75-49. That one. So Haley is 2-0. And Chris says they're ranked number 1 in the state for some reason. I don't know how.
I think they're number 2. I think they have Hampton number 1 and Handley number 2.
Well, their class, though, to clarify that in their class.
4A. They're not going to be ranked with Oak Hill and Paul VI in them. But I ain't going to lie, man. I got to shout out an ex-Handley guy who's hopefully going to be a part of the event one day. He says he will be, but, he's busy. Because I ain't never in my life thought I would see Dwight Howard, Gilbert Arenas, and Matt Barnes shouting out Handley. That was lit.
Yeah, that was.
They showed that video at the game yesterday?
Yeah, they showed that video at the game. Yep. That was pretty cool how they did that. The kids got a kick out of that, and the fact, Dwight Howard, who was Matt Barnes, and Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah.
Shout out, shouting out Handley. So that was pretty cool.
Because Darian is a producer on all their podcasts. That's fire.
He produced, because he has his own.
He has his own, but he has a lot of followers now, man.
But he is like the producer for all those big podcasts, all the smoke and everything. That's lit.
Well, he is he has his own media company, Entirely Media. Is his media
entirely NBA or entirely NBA Media or something like that?
It just says not on this, but you could be right. It could be entirely NBA, but yeah, we should get Darren on the show. Reach out to get him on. So it seems like he's doing big things.
Yeah, my son might be able to reach out to him. Maybe we can get a little pointers from him on how to continue on with our success.
Yep.
So big up to Darian though.
So you went to the Skyline game. Who won that? That was Friday.
Oh yeah, that was a blowout, man. Clarke County, they suck, but Skyline's got some work to do. I hate to put it like that. They're terrible.
Wade is very blunt.
You know me, man. I'm just a brother with my own opinion, man. But that's what I saw with my own eyes. But
making me cough.
Skyline, they got some players that that should come off the bench and contribute to the team. It's not a good rotation of players that the coaches got going on out there.
Well, I can give you another score the other night because Clarke County played James Wood, and guess who won?
Who won that?
Clarke County. So
James Wood must be terrible.
Ben Bates.
Because I didn't see anything exciting out of Clarke County.
We love Ben Bates, but man, he's got some work to do.
Yeah, it's his first year. They lost last night or yesterday, I think, to Loudoun Valley by 1.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Loudoun Valley.
Well, I think Loudoun County is the power.
They had to play Loudoun County because Loudoun Valley played in Handley.
Yeah, Loudoun
Invitational last night.
So then they lost to Loudoun County.
Yeah, because I'm like, one of them schools, is the one that's the powerhouse,
right,
in basketball. But yeah, Ben Bates, he'll. I feel we'd love to get him on the show, but I feel he'll change the culture at James Wood. They'll play tough. I'll at least say that.
It's not a good start, but we'll see.
You're gonna come on the show, be like, don't be bashing on Clarke County.
No, that'd be more my wife.
No, just what I saw, man. I mean,
the poor kids, they're not good. Hey, girls program.
I saw maybe 2 guys out there that you might have been able to do something with them, man. But the rest of the team, they just got to fall in the right place, man, because I don't know. They're just hanging off the edge right now.
How'd Burks, Caison, and Ford look for Skyline?
Burks coming out of football, transition. Offensively, I would say a little rusty.
Got to get his feet under him. His
feet work, his fatigue level. I mean, that's all there. Bright side that I saw over there was Ahsan, number 10. He causes havoc, top of the press. He almost plays like your son, Tony. Like they got him at the top of the press. He's pretty long. He's quick. He's agile. He likes to cause havoc.
He was in our event, right, Chris?
Yeah, that's good to see him out
Yeah.
there too, because he got hurt bad in football and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So that's good to see he's already back for basketball.
And they were missing their another key player, in Andre Ford. I think he had some wisdom teeth pulled, so he's going to be out for like at least 3 games.
So they were missing one of their bigs.
Yeah, so but it was a cakewalk. I think they beat about like almost 30, 32 points or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, they get to play Handley twice this year, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, there should be.
It'll be interesting because right now, if they had to play Handley would probably beat Skyline. That's my belief because I've seen Skyline already play and I've already seen Handley play.
They'd probably run them out the gym, to be honest.
Right. But once they get all their players and get a little chemistry going, I mean, who knows? You know how it is once you get midway through the season and deep towards the playoffs, like basketball starts to change, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of those kids played football. So the transition, you got to flip it over.
Mm-hmm.
If I came off a football field and take a jump shot, it's probably going to go over the top of the backboard. I'm just saying.
How's Chirando doing basketball?
I haven't even seen any of their scores yet. I don't even know if they've played yet. But let me say these real quick from the showcase yesterday. Meridian, which is a surprise. Meridian must be good. I have no clue. But they beat Spotswood with star Cam Pacheco on Spotswood, 64-49 after Cam Pacheco just came off a 40-point game the night before. I guess you said who? Monticello?
Yeah.
Right? So now I think Spotswood is 1-1 with that loss.
But Cam was first team All State last year, wasn't he?
I believe so.
He's probably going to be player of the year this year unless Will, Christian, and them can have something to say about that.
And then Loudoun Valley defeated Western Albemarle 48-44. So that's 2 good schools going at it there. Western Albemarle is always real, and we know Loudoun Valley too.
Does Handley play Spotswood? Or are they on?
Yeah, Christian said they play them twice.
So when do they play them?
They played. You got to give me a pull the schedule up.
Yeah.
Mark it on your calendar, everyone.
Yeah,
they played them last year.
Yeah,
they played Spotswood. The first is Spotswood has their own tournament or showcase. That'll be December 28th through the 30th.
That Handley plays there?
Yes.
Do you know if they play Spotswood or is they're just?
I'm not sure if they, but I'm sure they probably will. And then they play them later on. I believe. Where's it at? I swore they played them twice.
Yeah, if they play them twice, I'm about to show up for both of those.
Oh, maybe it's just that.
I don't think they play them twice.
Yeah, they don't.
Division conference.
Yeah, they don't.
So like they'll play Skyline twice, but they won't play that team twice. Like they won't play Huguenot again or Brentsville again.
Right. If they play them twice, you probably see them in the playoffs.
Yeah, that'd be
not Spotswood. Spotswood's 3A.
Oh, they're 3A?
Yeah.
Wayne, basketball's all the divisions are crazy from when we went to school. Everything's all mixed matched.
I know, man. I got to get up to par with.
Well, it's like Skyline. Skyline's what 3A too? The same.
They're 3A in football, but 4A in basketball.
Yeah, that's different because we just went to that. Yeah, we just went to the game. They're 3A in football, and then basketball they're like 4A, like Chris said. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure,
there's
bro.
the same thing. Some colleges are like that, and I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, I don't know how they could do that when they go by popular. I don't know.
I think Zach said that.
No, I think Skyline is not. Y'all making me look this up now.
But they're in the same district, even though they're 3A and then 4A. But that's so weird, man. We didn't have all that stuff back in the day.
Right. So basketball, they are. To answer that question.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
It should be the same. That's so weird.
Because towards the end of this show,
it's still the same amount of kids in the school.
I got a fun stat for everybody at the end of this show. So stay tuned.
What about Millbrook? Millbrook didn't play?
Not that I know of. I haven't heard anything.
That's where the Winchester Star and Northern Virginia Daily come in handy.
Oh, hold on. No. I'm sorry. Millbrook did play. They lost by like 30 or 40, whoever they played.
The boys?
You don't remember who they played?
Basketball team.
You don't remember who they played?
The girls got beat pretty handily.
Yeah, I'll find it. but y'all move on, talk about basketball.
Nah,
I'll give you.
I'm gonna give everybody a
I'll
fun
give-
stat.
I'll
man.
give you a good. Go ahead, get the fun stat.
The fun stat, since we was talking high school football playoffs and all that, we'll jump up out of our state for just a quick second, man. I want to give a shout out to Tyrese Woodgate. He's a senior running back at Coffee out of Georgia High School, man. So Friday night, this kid had 605 yards, 7 touchdowns on 19 carries. So every carry that he had was 50 yards or longer. He set a single game rushing record on Friday night with 605, 7 touchdowns and 19 carries.
Is that a national record?
I'm not sure if it's a national record, but I do know it's the Georgia high school football all-time record. And there's been a lot of good running backs come out of Georgia.
Is that kid going to Georgia or Alabama?
That I have no clue.
He's going to one.
Georgia, yeah. Which top or Oregon?
But he's going somewhere. He's from Coffee High School, 5A out of Georgia. So big ups to that guy, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
Every time he touched the ball on 19 carries, right? Yeah. Every time he touched it, it was 50 yards or a longer run.
Yeah, it was just a touchdown, man. Every time he touched.
Pretty much. Half the time almost.
Yeah.
A little more.
Yeah.
I mean, a little less. I'm sorry.
So, Chris, to answer your question about Millbrook, they are 0-2. Okay. And if my phone stops acting up, Sharando, I looked up, they don't have the score posted. But Millbrook lost to Broad Run 69-33, and they lost to Skyline 56-54. So that's Millbrook's basketball, with old Eric Green leading the helm.
He coaches the boys?
Yeah.
He coaches the boys now, yeah.
He keeps switching then. He wasn't the girls for a long time. He had them dominating.
Yeah, he left the girls because the varsity boys position opened up, and this is his second year.
So Skyline's undefeated right now.
Yeah, they're 2-0, right?
Yeah.
And then shout out to the Handley girls. We can't forget it. They're 3-0.
They won by 3 yesterday, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, over Hampshire County.
How'd their young star do?
Oh, I'm not sure.
The one that was going to Providence. I didn't make it in time for the girls' game. The girls played right before the guys. I was there for the night game. I just had a lot going on yesterday, so I wish I could have caught the whole tournament because that tournament started at 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it started.
Yeah, she's already getting big-time D1 scholarship offers.
Yeah, I think she already had a visit at Providence, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's one of the schools, and she's only a junior.
Yep.
Right.
And where's her older sister?
I'm not sure. She went somewhere else.
Yeah, she went somewhere.
Check that out
at a high level. But yeah, shout out to the girl. The girls should definitely do some damage again. Girls program should definitely make some noise again this year because I think they have 4 out of their 5 starters returned on their team for the girls basketball team. So they're loaded. So shout out to them. So
the girl that still plays at Handley, her name is Regan.
Reagan
Edsel.
Not Regan.
She's a junior.
Reagan Edsel.
She's a junior. What was her sister's name, though?
I can't remember her sister's name. Can't remember it. I'm bad with names, man. Just real bad.
So who was the better?
It's Corinne or Corinne?
Corinne. Yep, Corinne. Corinne. Yep, you're right. There you go.
How do you spell it?
Good job, Chris.
Corin.
Yep, Corin.
She goes to Shepherd.
She goes to Shepherd. Yeah, Shepherd University.
She goes there with Makina Painter out of Central.
Yeah.
So, Wayne, your opinion. I'll start with you. Who wins the district?
Basketball?
Yeah, our district. And I'm going to look.
So far, early in the season, just dating off of what I've seen on paper and last year, I can't go against it, man. I'm going with the Handley Judges, man, to win the district.
You homer.
That wouldn't be anything wrong. They went to states the last 2 years, and those kids are all back, and they're only sophomores and juniors.
But I just like what they do. Like they play at all these invitationals. They get themselves ready for the season to dominate their actual district. And then the competition comes once they hit that playoff room, you know what I'm saying? So if they can get over that playoff hump, I mean, sky's the limit to these kids, man. They can win states, man, but you got to play together. You got to keep a solid rotation of players throughout the game, man. Like what I saw last night, it was just a mixture of maybe like 6 players. And I think that Handley's got about 3 or 4 players that can come off that bench and contribute right away once they enter the game, just for 2, 3, 4 minutes, just to give those key players a break throughout the game.
So that being said, how did the team that knocked Handley out do? Charlottesville.
Man, Chris, you're doing the most.
Charlottesville.
Because you got to keep up with those schools. That's the team that knocked Handley out.
Yeah, but
they beat the Handley girls.
But let me educate you on this though. So in that game, I don't ever want to blame nothing on refs, but the foul differential was way off. It was lopsided. I believe like Handley had like 28 fouls on him or some crap, and Charlottesville only had like 7 or 8. So I think the refs had a lot to do with that game, but the kids still played tough and almost pulled that game out.
Look, so to answer y'all's question, I'm looking up the basketball, our district, Northwestern, and you guys are right. Skyline is in our district, or region, I should say. So you got Skyline, Liberty, Handley, Fauquier, Jameswood, Warren County, Millbrook, Brentsville, Kettle Run, Manassas Park, Meridian, and Sharando.
So Meridian's in y'all's district. So why don't you know anything about Meridian? And they beat Spotswood last night. Where is Meridian? It's got to be in Loudoun County.
Yeah, it's in Loudoun, I believe. We've scrimmaged them or played them before a year.
Yeah, they got to be somewhere close for them to be in your region. So, yeah, interesting, man. I mean, when I played, I remember Broad Run, Parkview, Manassas Park, Osborne. Like, where them schools at, man? They're not in our district.
Just in Brentsville.
Yeah, they're in our.
I wouldn't think they are. They seem like they're like Rappahannock, Clarke County kind of school.
I just looked it up. That's all the schools in our region.
Yeah, but Brentswood, where's Brentsville? That's Loudoun County, right?
It's in Brentsville, Virginia.
In Brentsville.
Oh, but I mean, what's the county?
Brentsville Ave.
But what's the county there?
I'm not sure. Look, I can only do one thing at a time, guys. Meridian is from Falls Church.
Falls Church?
Yeah. And then,
so
of course, their record right now, they're, I believe, 2-0.
Because the season just started.
Yeah, so they beat whoever Lewis is, Lewis High School. They won 82-46. And then, of course, they won yesterday against Spotswood. But it's funny, they don't have them officially on their schedule.
Brentsville is out of Prince William County.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
So another Virginia school close. It's not too far away, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not.
So that's probably why they're in your region.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, man. We wouldn't play Falls Church in none of those schools back in the day.
Oh, hell no, man. They would have. Man, one of the toughest schools that we played back in the day, Chris knows this because Chris and I, we played together, and that was Parkview, man. Parkview was a powerhouse back in the day, and you don't hear nothing about them now, man.
I think Tony said they don't have a team anymore.
Who they don't? I don't think Parkview has
football.
No, I don't think they have a football program anymore.
That's crazy, man.
And they was nice in football too.
I think Broad Run too, maybe the same way. Broad Run and Parkview, I don't think they have basketball.
Parkview got the same logo as the Patriots.
As the Patriots, yep. But I remember, man, they had a I think it was a receiver back in the day. It was like the late 80s.
Carl Pickett.
Yeah, he ended up going to the NFL and playing for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Or Pickens, was his name
Pickens or something like that? Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's a running back.
But he was a receiver.
Well, I think for them in high school, he was
high school was probably different.
He played running back. But once he moved to the league.
Yeah. You know how that goes, man. Like if you come up in a small area, you might play tight end, but at the next level, you might be a receiver. I mean, you never know, man. Like I coach kids in Little League that were linemen because, you know, they had that weight limit and then they go on and have a successful career playing receiver. So you never know, man.
Was Will out there looking like one of the top shooters in the country?
Um,
Yeah,
I'll put it to you like this.
Yeah.
He had a good game.
I let Wayne answer this question.
He had a good game. At times, a little inconsistent shooting wise. Like, I mean, he would hit 2 or 3, and you would think he's in that zone, and then all of a sudden he'll miss 2 or 3. But overall, to be reclassed, I mean, he should be doing a lot more than what he's doing on the court from what I see. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
they're
just going to leave
averaging
it at that.
55 points a win right now.
What is it?
Well, as a team.
They're averaging 55 as a team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a team.
I heard he scored 17 in the first quarter, so he didn't need to do much else. They was blowing him out.
Yeah.
Oh, the first game.
Yeah.
Like they were just getting that game, just throw it out, because it was just like everybody was shining in that game.
So who did something yesterday against Huguenot, who is the more athletic team, as Zach admitted, but obviously they didn't handle Handley at all.
Well, I'll let Wayne start with it. Who stood out to you?
Your son, Tony. I mean, Christian Dinges, man. Like,
I appreciate it.
He caused havoc last night, man. I mean, this kid in the 1-4-1 press. It looks like a 1-3-1 to me on the defensive side, and he's the ball presser. So with his wingspan at, what is he, Tony? 6'3"?
6'4".
6'4" with a wingspan, give or take, 6'6", 6'7". I mean, he was causing havoc, making the point guard go to parts of the sideline where he could trap him all day long. He was coming up with steals, creating steals, and offensively, he's a problem because of his length, his size, his quickness at that height.
I think he had 16, 17 points last night. Will had 21 or 20, something like that. I think they were the top.
Javon, Amari, Kyron.
They all look good. I'm proud of all of them. Like I say, I've coached all them kids.
But Christian was a little bit more efficient than anyone on that offensive side last night, I believe. He didn't take a lot of shots, and the shots that he made, I mean,
he lets the game come to him.
Yeah, man, right? They were high-level shots. I mean,
like first half, I don't even think he had a point. But like Wayne said, Christian's defense, calls and had, every little thing, people, if you pay attention to the details, the little things, like Wayne's saying, is, just you put your arms out, he'll just make a kid make a bad pass. Well, that's on Christian or whoever did. Like they force that.
But stuff like that don't show up in the stat.
Yeah, all the little things don't show up in the stat. So like you said,
he's like Josh Hart.
Yeah, he just says he calls his havoc just because his length. The kids are going to make a bad pass, a bad decision, or he even picked their pocket. For being 6'4" and still having quick hands and picking pockets, that size is amazing.
You don't know hustle plays don't get actual stat. Pass deflections, no stat, all that, but you can make a huge difference in the game. So that's what you guys are saying is Christian's going to be a problem for Cam Pacheco and everybody when he goes.
Yeah, he will. He brings his A game. He will be a problem.
And then you got all these quick guards, Briscoe, Amari, and then you got Kyron and Will. So they're going to be a problem. And Kyron's pretty big, and then Will as a sniper. So they got an all-around team.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't have a true big, right?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah, that's what. Or down the road of a team.
Is JoJo not playing?
No.
Damn, they could have used him too.
And Tony and I, we were at the game last night. When they started off the game, I mean, it didn't look too good, but
they started out kind of slow.
I think things switched from the defensive perspective. When they started getting a few steals, few turnovers, that's when everything just kind of fell in place, and they kind of just like walked away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Christian was out there catching windmills and stuff.
I mean,
they tried.
He could have had 4 or 5 dunks last night.
They tried one oop.
I'm not sure the kid's name. Tony might know his name, but the point guard, number 1, I mean, he's got to get a little bit better with his vision, because there was probably 3 or 4 alley-oops last night that should have been thrown. There was a couple bounce passes that he could have hit that could have led to a dunk. But, that'll come over time, man. I mean, you can't really teach vision. You got to have that on your own.
What's his name, Tony?
Dontrell. I can't remember his last name.
Well, he didn't play there last year, right?
No.
He's a kid from Canada, right?
He's a foreign exchange student.
Yeah.
He's point guard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like
very quick.
He's quick. Like, hey, the boy can finish at the hoop. I mean,
Yeah,
he had like 3 amazing and ones, like finishing. He can finish at the hoop.
yeah.
Where's the
And he,
6'10"
He's
kid?
explosive. There ain't no 6'10" kid.
and he
Didn't
can.
they have a kid that was supposed to come that was 6'10"?
They was supposed, but that
Fell
doesn't know
through.
that's history. Yeah.
And a kid that he played good defense last night too. The foreign exchange student.
Yeah, like defensively, they were great. I love when they went to man. I think what woke them up is because they were in that 1-3-1, and then they went man. And that, what does it do? It forces you to play defense when you play, and then they started wreaking havoc, just playing man. And then of course but then they started switching up back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, that make them kids play defense, and it's not like they can't.
Right.
It's like, what would you say? Like Christian sitting there guarding a guard.
Yeah.
At 6'4". So I think that kind of woke them up too, that when they went to man, they find, because sometimes I know this from Chris, sometimes when you sit back in a zone, what happens? That they get lazy.
Right.
Yeah, to me that's easy. They just they get lazy.
You start relying
defense.
on the next man. He's gonna help.
Yeah.
He's gonna help.
A lot of times kids will get, especially if you're not trapping in the like if you want them to, okay, there's a dip because your mate's like, hey, you better do it or you're out. But if you're just sitting back and they start to get a little lazy, in that zone.
And another thing that I noticed last night. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Back in the day, our high school coach used to always stress it. Chris will tell you, Tommy Dixon. Every time you catch the ball, triple threat.
Yeah.
Man, I don't see none of these kids catching the ball like looking triple threat mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always as soon as they catch a kid's looking down at the ground, ready to put it on the ground. Like, man, where's the triple threat, man?
Mm-hmm.
Come around, square up, look at the rim.
I don't know. I can give Will credit for that. Will is pretty fundamentally sound.
Yeah, but I want to see that a little bit more often, man.
Yeah, from all the kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's because they don't see it a lot from the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now that as the game evolves in the big boys league, as youngins, we all look up to all those guys and they're like, well, they don't do that anymore and nearly as much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna tell them right now, they better stop watching NBA and watch college on weekends.
Hey, I tell my kids, I'm like, do not watch the NBA.
Because a lot of college kids, they still hit that triple threat, man. The triple threat.
They're still being coached in college. In that level.
Tony, you're not taking away John Moran time from 1v1.
Yes, I am. You can sit there and watch his highlights or whatever, but no, don't watch these NBA cats.
Hey, they beat the Celtics.
Yeah, there's no fundamentals.
He had a crazy reverse dunk, man. Like last night, John.
Yeah, I saw that reverse he had. Jeez.
And you've seen his interview. He said he's not going to try to dunk him as much anymore.
I mean, hey, it's kind of smart because look at all the cats that were like, first one that comes to mind is Rose, Derrick Rose, right?
But when they're so explosive like that, it's rough.
But it's rough on their legs. I mean, I get it. Like, you don't have to. Hey, everybody loves the highlight reel, do it, everyone, to pump the crowd. But, you don't have to do it all the time.
No.
Sometimes the older you get, they got to get smarter and think about their body in the long run. Because look what happened to Derrick Rose. I mean, hey, he was went to the rack. I loved it, his play. But
I can name one person that didn't happen to.
Michael Jordan.
No. It's just it did happen to him. It's just father time catches up to everybody, but they ain't every single time they go to the rack, they rock it. His name is Russell Westbrook.
Yes, I love him. Yeah. Hey, I mean,
big up to Russell, man.
Who's to say
big up to Russ?
You want to be aggressive and blah, blah. Hey, I mean, Russell Westbrook's longevity, but he still plays pretty much the same way.
Number 1 all-time triple doubles. Big up Russ. But big up to Jokic too, man. Jokic is out there balling.
Oh,
man.
he dropped 56 last night or something?
Yeah,
but they lost to the Wizards.
But they lost to the Wizards. But I think he's like 3rd all time in triple doubles, man. He's a center.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
Well, there's a lot of centers up there with triple doubles.
Yeah,
right?
but not that high, man. They're down maybe 12th or 14th. This guy's in the top 3.
Well, he's just amazing. His court vision and.
There's no centers in the top 20 except for him and Wilt Chamberlain, I think.
That's it. Wilt Chamberlain and Jokic.
Yep.
Yeah, man. But we know records are always meant to be broken. Like we got the kid in college right now, Gentry. he's got an opportunity to break Barry Sanders' all-time rushing.
Well, let's speak about that. That's good. We'll move on from that. Let's speak about the Heisman race here real quick, and then we'll get to your scores or your NFL picks, Wayne.
Yeah.
So great debate. Who should win the Heisman? It's only Shedeur Sanders.
We'll start with you, Chris.
And Gentry. Killing it.
The only kid that plays 90% of all snaps in his games, that's ridiculous to me. Like, maybe he's not the best at his position, but he's one of the 2 or 3 best. And to play 90% of the snaps, imagine, like, people are tired just playing one side of the ball. This guy's playing both sides of the ball and still elite at all of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I definitely think Hunter.
I'll go next, man, and I'm totally going to agree with my brother Chris. I hate to do it to you, Tony, to be the oddball man, but listen, Gentry's having a historical season, man. We all know about it. Less touches, more touchdowns, more yards than almost any back that we've ever seen come through college football.
Well, you want me to give his stats?
So hold on, get this stats when I'm done talking, though. But I'm with Chris. I'm with Chris. Travis Hunter plays over 90% of the snaps, man. 90% of snaps. But performs on both sides, man. This dude is scoring touchdowns on offense. Turns around, take maybe like one play off, and then comes up with an interception for you, man. I mean, that's just unheard of, man. And like I said, Gentry is having a historic season, but what Travis Hunter's doing is unheard of, man.
I get it, guys. I get it. It's tough. So first, before I give my opinion, I'll give you Travis Hunter's stats. Okay?
Yeah.
He has this season he had 92 receptions, 1,152 yards, 14 touchdowns. Okay?
Yeah. What's wrong with them numbers?
Nothing at all. And then Gentry, man, if it was another year, Gentry'd have this in the bag. This is tough. But so Gentry stats this year: 344 carries, 2,497 yards, and 29 touchdowns.
What's his average per carry?
7 yards a carry. All right, it's tough, man.
But
okay,
but that's his set position. He's just
I got it. Yeah,
we're talking about a dude. You gave us his offensive numbers. You didn't say nothing about his defensive numbers. How many times has he been thrown at this year? 34 times? How many yards has he given up? Not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How many interceptions did he have? You know, we're talking about a dude that's getting it done on both sides of the ball, man.
Right.
That's hands down. I mean, listen, I don't mean to piss in Gentry's cup of tea, but listen, great season, young man, but hands down, the Heisman's going to T. Hunter.
All right. So we won't forget, because like I say, he plays both sides of the ball. So Travis Hunter has 30 tackles, 9 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, and a forced fumble.
How many yards has he given up?
Defense.
And he's got pick 6.
Yeah. That man's gave up 100 and a little bit over 100 yards receiving this year, bro.
It's because they learned after last year not to throw it to his side too much this year.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, they learned who he was. So,
At the end of the day, though, there's some Heisman Trophy winners that go on to do nothing in the pros and vice versa. People that get snubbed. Amazing.
So I'll give my opinion.
They've never given out a co-Heisman Trophy, have they?
No. Nope. But I'll give my opinion. Of course, it'll be close, but I have to agree with you guys. We'll go back. Travis, you play both sides of the ball like that, and at a high level, the college level, D1. Okay? Now, who was the last one to do that? And he
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
He won Heisman.
Yep, and won.
And he won it over Peyton Manning and Randy Moss.
Yes, because he was a difference maker as well. I mean, he didn't have the.
But wasn't there a great running back too during that time?
Oh, I'm not.
That was up for that Heisman. He didn't get it either.
I'm sure. Any other year, Gentry, he gets it hands down, hands down. But when you got a special player like Hunter, who plays both sides at a high level,
right?
I don't know how you can't deny that. Like, how many snaps you see a game? 92, 3. It's like high. Like he's barely out of the game.
And he's not tired.
Yeah, he's just different.
Yeah, he's different.
So stat-wise, I don't know what they're going to go by.
Woodson's an all-time great, but I would rather have Peyton Manning and Randy Moss over him But that could end up being the same way.
Hey, Woodson was no slouch.
Denny might end up being the guy everybody loves in the long run, but right now Hunter is that guy.
Yeah, well, I remember distinctively that. I don't know if y'all remember, but I remember distinctively that year Woodson tore it up. I mean, like you say, he was a game changer. I mean, he was literally changing getting pick sixes, and what did he also do? The third phase of the game, he was a punt returner, right?
Yeah.
So he was on special teams.
And then y'all got to also think of who's Travis Hunter's coach, though. He did it also.
Well,
he played both ways.
Yeah, he played both ways.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, man, big ups to that dude, man.
And he's one of the best returners ever, and he is the best cornerback ever.
Man, I don't ever see this dude get tired. I don't ever see this dude get cramps. Like, man, look, man, that dude's a warrior, man. He's
right.
the ultimate warrior.
That's why he's got that, what is the D for dog on their jersey?
Yeah, and then still have the energy to do the dance on you in the end zone. That's a lot of energy, man. That dude be breaking it down every time he scores.
So, yeah, I mean, hey, much love to Gentry. It sucked, hey, but he's going to do big things.
I mean, he might win it. I just don't think so. I think the hype is too hype for Hunter.
Yeah, it's all we'll see.
Look,
the only way I don't see Travis Hunter winning is just all the Colorado hate. You see what I'm like? How people they're hating on DI, all the hate.
Yeah, I'm just here to say Gentry already got his award, man. He got the best running back in college football. Yeah, man. He got that award.
But the Walker or Doak Walker or whatever.
Doak Walker.
Yeah, just be happy with that, man. And play
go make your money in the league.
That's it.
He's first team All-American, hands down, of course.
Yeah. So, all right.
I see him being like a Christian McCaffrey in the league, though, Gentry.
Oh, I don't want to see that because McCaffrey get hurt.
Well, not that aspect of it, but you know what I mean.
God. Jeez, Chris. So
all right, we're going to go ahead and move on, get this thing wrapped up, man. Last week, I was 6-2 on the parlay. Week before, I was 9-1. So, I mean, we're staying on that high end side, man. My losses last week, I took the Saints over the Rams, which I lost, and then I took the Bengals to beat Pitt. So those were my two upset games, as I told y'all last week. But I should have just went with my gut instinct, but it happens. Let's make some money this week. So this week I got the Saints over the Giants, I got the Steelers over the Browns, the Vikings over the Falcons, the Buccaneers over the Raiders, Philly over Carolina, the Dolphins over the Jets, Seattle's over the Cardinals, and of course, the Chiefs are going to beat the Chargers. Probably another close one. Yeah, it'll probably be a game-winning field goal.
There's got to be an upset in there somewhere. The Jets got to win one eventually. Yeah, can they keep losing the Jets? They got to win eventually. Who are they playing again?
It's not going to help.
Miami?
The Jets are playing Miami, but it's not going to help having they might shut Breece Hall down for the season. So he's not playing today. Braylon Allen will play.
And they're talking about moving on from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they might bench Rodgers.
Why not, man?
Here's the thing.
That's a whole nother topic.
I'm not even upset I got to go to work after this show. All the games I heard, here's the two best games of the day. Dolphins, Jets, Seattle, and Cardinals. Like, that's the best bit on the Sunday slate. I'm all right.
I don't know. I think one that's good on the slate. Just
Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
Yeah, because that's a rival game. But I was going to say, because he's facing his former team, I'm going to say Kirk Cousins and the Falcons.
Oh,
the Minnesota Vikings.
And the Vikings are balling. So, yeah, they need Kirk to show up.
Exactly. So, and Kirk's got some weapons. And I'll tell you somebody that really has not shown up, man. And this kid was an animal in college.
Kyle Pitts.
Where's Kyle Pitts been at, man?
Right?
He has a good game once every 10 games.
Y'all can call me crazy if you want it, but throwing it in today, Kyle Pitts scores 2 touchdowns.
Ooh, that's a good one, though.
Kyle Pitts for 2 touchdowns today?
Tony, y'all got to buy?
No, we played Monday night.
Hey, tell
we have
people,
the Bengals Monday night. Dallas and Cincinnati.
Hey, Tony, tell the people what you sent me Thursday, man. But I was at a Washington Wizards game Thursday and didn't even have time to put the bet in. Tony tells me Tim Patrick on Thursday night is going to score 2 touchdowns at a plus 6,000. What does Tony not do? Tony don't put the bet in. What did Tim Patrick do, people? He scored 2 touchdowns.
Hey, I can't take credit for that. That's our boy Brian.
Yeah, man.
Brother out there gives parlays and for people like every. So I was like, man, I was going to play this, and I didn't. And then fucking dude ended up getting it.
You didn't play it because you sent it to me, man.
I forgot. Betting's not my top priority in life.
I think you would have won off a $10 bet. What you would have won?
Oh, you would have got like 600, plus
600 off every 10.
The odds of that
off of every 10, you would have got 600.
Yeah, or 100 at least.
So you would have won 1,200 if you put a $20 bill on that.
Yeah. Oh, stop! I'm kicking myself right now.
It's all good. We're going in today, man.
So, but all right, but that'll wrap it up for Brothers with Opinions, and everybody go check us out on YouTube, especially. That's our new channel at Brothers with Opinions. We're on YouTube now, and I want to thank everyone. We have 15 subscribers now who subscribe to our YouTube channel. So thank you everyone for the support. You get on there, comment. I got people commenting on our shows and saying they're loving it and everything. So yeah, definitely check out our YouTube channel. And of course, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Message us, send messages. You got ideas, want to be on the show, hit us up. We don't care. We'll take anybody as a guest on our show.
Just remember, if you hit that subscribe button, it's not going to charge you. I see you guys out there viewing our shows, man. So hit the subscribe button, man.
Yep.
Give us some love.
Sure.
Show us some love. We show the community love. We show anybody love. Anybody that wants to be on the show, shout us out. Hit us up. We'll get you on, man.
All right, everybody. Have a great day and enjoy your football. We're going to have a fish fry right now. Later, everybody.
Ready to throw down, baby. Big voice, no silence, revolution televised. Ain't no good in private, not knowledge to the ignorant. Ain't never been bliss. Stand up and be heard. We the new activists. Yeah, brothers with opinion, let the convo begin. You know communication key, but then you must comprehend. Preach B.W.O. Let your voices be heard. We enlightened by the truth, and now we spreading the word. Let's go. How do we learn to live when we conditioned to die? Most people fail before they start because they don't ever try. Man, they told us we was worthless. We believed in the lie. We took it way too literal when Big said ready to die. You know the KKK turned the cops in disguise. Man, a lot done changed, but race still applies. 5-0, hands up, don't even ask why. Trayvon, Mike Brown, man, another mother's cry. Hey, B.W.O.